Hello, I'm and welcome back to the video. Today I want to talk about minecarts in Minecraft. So we're all familiar with exactly how they do work and how we use them, because even though they're called minecarts, we use them to make fun little roller coaster pods, so we can do crazy up-down redstone stuff, involve slime blocks, make really great visual displays, or more realistically, a lot of people use them as a form of transportation. They go a lot faster than just walking, and they use no hunger, and given that on the console editions they go twice as fast for no reasons I've ever been able to work out, basically we use minecarts as a form of transport or as a fun little roller coaster type thing. What if I said there's actually a bunch more uses for the minecart that you're probably not trying out already, and you might be mind blown by that, right? So that's why I figured in today's video I would show you 5 different uses for the minecart that you're almost certainly not using already that you probably should be. So hopefully you all do enjoy this video. You can like it if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and lets me know you do like these sorts of fun videos where I give you alternative uses for things. Again, I think this is like a fun little series idea, so if you want to see more of this, let me know. But let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start by talking about the very first one here, which is going to involve us setting off our little minecart hopper here. We'll explain what's going on in a second, but basically this works kind of like a Roomba, a street cleaner, and it's for people that really don't like the amount of clutter in their Minecraft world. So let's say you've got a problem where there's just too many people littering their stuff all over the world. Like, that could be a real problem that you do face, right? Well, basically, as you can see right here, they're all being absorbed up from the ground. There's nothing else going on here. You can see me doing nothing, me just standing here. It's going to slowly see, again, it takes like maybe up to 10 seconds sometimes, but eventually all of the items will disappear one by one by one. And obviously that's not them despawning. They don't take that long. So what's the deal here? Well, basically we have a Roomba, which again, I like the term Roomba because it sounds futuristic. Realistically, it's just an item collector that I first discovered because you can put this at the bottom of any mob farm. Say it is a skeleton farm and skeleton arrows are going everywhere. You can have a thing collect up all of the arrows and then put them in a big chest for you, so you don't have to do it. Really, really useful for that exact reason. But it's also got a bunch of other utilities, cleaning the floor, also just collecting any items. And basically the way it works is by having a minecart for hopper. Hoppers, everyone knows how hoppers work. You put an item in there and it goes through the entire thing. This is basically the same as having a 64 hoppers, because the minecart hopper is very mobile, because the minecart hopper is moving around. By just having half steps on top of there, it can pick up anything by just moving around. So yeah, having a minecart with a hopper inside it can save you having this many hoppers. Do you know the amount of iron this saves you? I think this is 64 separate hoppers, so you save literally I think it's 5 hoppers per chest. You save literally 315 different bits of iron. I guess you have to use 5 for the minecart, but still, you're saving 310 pieces of iron, and that's just for an 8x8 grid. You can make these huge if you want to, and the amount of iron you save just gets exponential at that point. And basically this is a really efficient way to have item collectors work, and if you haven't tried it, you really should already, particularly if you do have mob farms, or if you do have places where people are like, they're littering the ground with mob drops and stuff. You can have one of these come in and just deal with that for you. The second use for minecarts that you probably should start considering, again, this is particularly for Minecraft console edition, where there's a lot of weird redstone lag issues. If you've ever had issues with redstone lag and repeaters, basically this is a solution to that. So as you can see, it's just a minecart which goes around on an automated loop, and you might think this is useless, Toy Cat. This isn't even a roller coaster. You're bad at making roller coasters. You're bad at life because you don't understand what's fun or something. But no, this is not a roller coaster. I'm not bad at life. I mean, maybe I'm bad at life, but no, I'm not bad at that. Instead, what this actually is this is actually a this is a timing system that uses a minecart instead of redstone. So as you can see, all this requires is one bit of redstone going between the little like the detector rail and between your button, and you can have a timer which goes off at a very consistent time. In this case, it's about 6 or 7 seconds. Again, you can make that, you can narrow it down, make it precise, but it means that you can have an exact timer where every 7th second this thing turns on. Why would you want that? And why would you need a minecart instead of just having repeaters? Well, basically you can set up a redstone loop to do that, but in my experience, and a lot of people's experience, redstone causes so many big issues, particularly when you create these looping currents. You usually want to turn them on when you're in your Minecraft world, because otherwise when people join your game, they have big issues. However, having just a single minecart going around a rail, that doesn't cause quite as many issues, particularly if you want to have like a 50-second timer or like a 1.5-minute timer. So what you want to do is you want to have one of these and then hook up to redstone and then have the mechanism based off of that. I've shown a light here just because that's an easy one, but you can have a door open and close. You can have obviously like much more complex multi-input devices work, and basically if you want to have some amount of randomness or some amount of timing going on, this is the best way to do so. Just have a minecart go around a track, and then you can do some pretty amazing things. So the third super unexpected, super secret use for the the minecart is actually going to be, again, this is one that's really tricky to pull off, but if you can pull it off, it's one of the most amazing things you'll do in Minecraft. So yeah, basically in the Nether, we're all familiar, if you don't have a super flat Nether, you probably have a situation going on where I guess your Nether has like a really low flat ceiling and ghast take up the entirety of the block. Well, if you can go into these places, so I'm going to spawn in a ghast, run out, and then run back in. Again, we're going to run into a lot of pain here because this is ghast stuff, but if you might find a ghast in a sort of place like this. Okay, well, the ghast is going to throw me away. So let me just run off the ghast, and I can show you exactly how this works, because if you have a minecart and you have some minecart rails, you can actually trap the ghast in one place and turn it Queen's Bug turret, because once I guess she? I mean, it looks a bit more like a female ghast, right? But once the ghast is inside a minecart, it cannot move, it cannot despawn, and that means you can set them to be in very particular places. So again, the way you want to do is you really want to run it. You want to go like left, right a little bit. You want to place some rails down nearby it. You want to make sure, ideally, you want to have like a little bit. Okay, there we go. You see this? We see this. Have we got him in there? No, we haven't. It's somehow we got trapped in the wall. But okay, so hypothetically, if that doesn't happen, you actually can get, so I guess we'll just like break our minecart a little bit. It actually is possible to get the minecart around the ghast. I did it a few times. I did a few practice runs here, and that's why I have the cobblestone, because this makes it even safer. If you've got some, again, if we've got this in the way, then all we have to do is like spawn that in, and then run a rail along there, scoop it up, and then it goes right into the ghast. And as long as you can get out there in time, which it doesn't look like I can, then now we've just set it up so that the ghast is trapped inside a minecart, and, oh no, I think he might have let himself free there, actually, in the end. But anyway, is he in the minecart or not? It's really hard to be certain. Like, the ghast is staying perfectly still, so I think we've come inside the minecart, and that means we can have a ghast turret, which makes the areas like this, look how terrifying it is. When the ghast is standing still, they're easier to kill, so maybe that's a problem for you, but they also make these just amazing centerpieces, and if you really want, you can make giant nether portals and try and take them to the overworld, and that would be one of the best, like, again, it's one of the craziest survival projects you can embark upon. I really don't know if it's recommendable for most players, but it's one of these crazy late game things where if you want to impress people, teleport. What just happened here? Is there not meant to be a portal there? But one of the things that you should totally try out, if you haven't already, is trying to get like a ghast trapped inside like a glass cage or inside like any cage, just because showing off a ghast in the overworld is a pretty darn impressive thing. Again, I think so anyway. It's been very rarely done, very rarely even discussed, and that's something you should consider. So the next idea here is one which is really important if you want to start a new village, because the way that everyone starts a new village in Minecraft is what they end up doing. By the way, look at this. The villager just randomly rotates again the other way. But basically, if you want to start a new village in Minecraft, most people can find some zombie villagers, and they just, like, you know, convert them. They use the weakness potion, then they use the golden apple, and that's fine. That's how I did it in my world with no villagers. But if you have villagers in your world already, you have a pretty well populated village, then what I recommend you do instead is use a minecart. So what you want to do, so I've got a minecart on me, you put down a minecart somewhere in the rail. They're really close to it up here, so you can see it's going to be easy. Then you want to push the villagers into the minecart. It's actually really easy to do this. Like, again, it's not going to take much effort at all. We just push the villager a little bit, and then all of a sudden, after no time at all, okay, we're going to have to push the minecart into the villager now, it seems. After no time at all, you've got the villager inside the minecart, and this means all you have to do is take two villagers along the rail, which we're going to do right now. There's a little bit of like a broken like air glitch thing over here from where things are before, so I'm not sure what's going on there exactly, but they're going backwards it seems. But you get, if you just set this up right, like we're gonna do right here. Okay, let me show you. This is the weirdest glitch I've ever seen. I'm still not quite sure on why. Maybe they're hitting villagers along the way, but as long, okay, so we're gonna keep on pushing him, keep on making sure he goes, and then randomly, oh no. Randomly, what always ends up happening is he hits an invisible wall. But if you don't have this weird glitch, you can actually start a brand new village this way. So he's going to hit that villager, and then he's going to bounce back into me, and then bounce back into there, and then get past the village. Okay, no. See, is it the villager, or is it a random magic wall? See, there is a magic random wall at the edge there. You can see it, like, there is momentum pushing the villager towards me, even though I'm here. The moment I move, it just allows the village to move more towards me. Like, collisions don't work because of this weird gap here, but if you don't have that in your world, so if we just, like, instead, let's work around that or something. So we'll replace this over there. We'll make this here. What you can actually do is you can start a whole brand new village just by having your villager be like this. So we're going to try this right now. I really want to show this off like in like full practice, because I think the idea is simple enough to understand, like move villagers from one place to another. But let me show you, even when you've got a glitch, you can work around it and you can make the whole magic stuff happen. So here you can see, villager's going to go this way. And as long as you don't have, again, random little glitches in your Minecraft world, then, no, there is something over here that prevents the villager from getting past. Again, I don't know what, you're going to have to tell me. But basically, you can start a brand new village all the way over here. You can just, as long as you move them at least 32 blocks away from their existing village, when they find the new house, if it has new doors, so this is my new village, again, like, it's a weird, like, random Xbox One edition specific glitch, it seems. But basically, if you move them over here, then you get at least 2 villagers here. I've got 1, it seems. Then when you get 2 villagers here, they'll start to breed, and they'll start to fill out based on the number of doors you have. So you can start brand new villages. You can split up your existing villagers into multiple new villages by doing that. So have you ever wanted to have more villagers? And really, because the cool thing is once you move the villagers out, the villagers from your existing village will start to reproduce to fill the gap, which means you can essentially multiply your villagers by making new villages. Again, it's an easy way to kind of do that if you want to try that, and it's a fun little thing you might not have tried. So boom, there you go, fun little fact. You can use minecarts to transport villagers, to start new villages, as long as you don't have the most bizarre Minecraft glitch in the world. So look what's happening here. See, this one's trapped as well. I think it's something to do with like when you open the world, like there's like an invisible wall there that's left where previous minecarts were. But it's like, what's even happening there? So let's move on from this to talk about the next one here, which is going to be the final little thing you haven't used minecarts for. And this one is very niche, but it's also very, I think it's very fun when you first do it. Because basically, you can use minecarts as a way to save yourself from falling. So I might have thrown that too far. No, that's about right. No, it's going to land on the other side. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and land just up there. So I can show you how you can use minecarts to save yourself from fall damage if you know how to throw ender pearls, that is. That's a key part of the process. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to land up here, just be really high up, and if we want to get down from here, then the logical way most people are going to think is you jump down, you just take the full damage. You can survive it. I think this will do about like 8.5, maybe 9 hearts of damage. But if you have a minecart down there, most of your friends will just take the damage and you can kill them easily. But you, as the smart person who knows how to use minecarts after this video, what you know how to do is you can land in the minecart in midair. So this is a really tricky jump to actually pull off, but you actually can just like land in there. You can also use this to kind of like teleport yourself up if you can grab into the thing. Again, distances on this version are a little bit weird at the best of times, but basically if we just fly ourselves back up there, and if we have full health, I'm scared I'll like actually die this time, but basically yeah, all you have to do is land in there, and if you land inside another entity, the full damage you would have taken is negated. So what we can actually do is, you can see right here, there we go. So no damage taken at all. We land in the minecart and we're entirely safe. We get out of here. We'll probably take like a heart on the way down, but still, the fact that we didn't take 8 hearts is pretty magical, and you can do stuff like this to make that possible. Also, again, as long as it's a little bit lower than that, you can actually jump into them. You can use the jumping into minecart mechanic, which you would assume normally only works when you're next to the thing. Like you'd assume, oh yeah, you can jump into a minecart from here or something. You can actually jump into a minecart from all the way like over here, and that means you can use that to do some pretty wacky stuff that perhaps you're not already doing. So there you go. There's 5 alternative uses for the minecart that I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you got something from this video, because I really love finding like different ways to do things that haven't been done before. I really feel like when it comes to anything in life, not just Minecraft, that it's really important to try to do different things that you haven't tried before, because by doing the same things over and over again, sometimes you lose something or you don't gain something, whereas when you try something new, you might find something that's more amazing than what you did before. So there you go. There's some different ways to use minecarts. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.